We know that panic attacks happen, but there is a lot of unpredictability that surrounds panic attack, and so not much is known about it, or we cannot for sure say this is the reason. Some people get these episodes and some people don't. So we have two types of panic attacks that happen. One is the cued panic attack. That is when the trigger is very clear. We know that I have a fear of flying. Take me towards a plane or a high rise building somewhere, or if I am taken to a parachute or that paragliding thing, and I am going to break out into extreme fear. If I have a particular fear of an animal, let's say fear of dogs, and if I'm taken or exposed to dogs, I am going to go into that entire spiraling of panic, of feeling fear, out of control, getting that dizziness, numbness, everything. So those are the cued ones where the triggers are known that this is something that I'm afraid of, and if I am exposed to this, I will get that attack. Sometimes there are uncued attacks. Uncued panic attacks basically are the ones which have no known cause. We don't know exactly when the onset will happen or why the onset happened. Like in my case, it happened is I got up suddenly in the middle of the night. So I had a normal day, I had slept, and suddenly I just got up with this feeling of fear, numbness, choking, and loss of control. So those are the uncued ones. They happen mostly in the night, and or sometimes they happen in the daytime, out in the middle of the conversation, and something happens and we just get into that kind of thing. But we don't really for sure know what is causing these attacks. Now, research and experts who have been looking into this particular field do come up with few things that age. So the early childhood patterns, that is the time when the onset of panic episodes may have begun, but we may have missed it because let's say we saw it as an overreaction. We saw it as a cranky child. We did not really understand this as an actual brief, intense episode. Sometimes, if there are vigilant parents, they would look into it. If they know about it, they would seek intervention. Or sometimes, when there's a very intense situation where the child refuses to go out somewhere or go to a school, or let's say move out of the room completely in teenage, now that is the time intervention would reveal that okay, there is a panic attack happening here. But in most cases it does, like in my case, early adulthood is the onset of panic episodes begin then. Gender, women are more prone to panic attacks than men. We'll get into it some other day, but just now let's for sure know this much. Third, family has a link. If I as a child have seen my parent cope with stressors, frustration by having these intense reactions like I saw them, I would take them. And I do remember that my mother, whenever she was faced with, let's say, a fire, once she was, or if she would hear about a death, or some particular loss would happen, and she would go into these spasmodic freeze states. Okay, so I had kind of taken it from her. That can happen. A child may pick it up from a parent, or at times it does happen that if you see some sibling or a particular significant elder having the same system of reacting, you may pick that up. Even genetic, like with family, if there is a genetic incidence or history of, let's say, anxiety runs in the family. So we are born as a child with labile nervous system. We'll be talking about vagus now, but at times, if a mother has a low vagal tone, the mother passes on this low vagal tone over to the child. So these are the biological factors which will make one person more prone to having an activated nervous system which perceives threat faster, which perceives that kind of feeling faster. So that particular thing, an abuse or trauma, physical abuse, emotional abuse, trauma, these are the factors that can lead. Sometimes these are periodic. Like if I'm going for a CT scan or an MRI scan, naturally I'm going to go into that enclosed space. And also I'm worried about what kind of illness I'm likely to get. That will cause me a panic attack. Or if I may be presenting something or having a crucial interview, these are factors that may cause me lots and lots of panic. So these are some of the factors. We'll see again what to do about it tomorrow onwards. attacks.